You're a shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see what you can truly be. Why am I quoting Earth, Wind, and Fire? Well, along with Harvey Keitel, they star in today's movie, That's the Way of the World, directed by Sig Shore. I first saw this one when I was in college, and I was just a few days away from moving into my first off campus apartment at Temple University in Philadelphia. So I will always remember that time whenever I rewatch this movie. And as a consequence of this movie, I began listening to a lot of Earth, Wind, and Fire around that time. I'm sure my then roommate, who remains a very good friend of mine, remembers that time as well. This is also prime Harvey Keitel. This was made right when he was rising as a bankable movie star, right in that like prime golden period when he made all those now definite classics. And I'm actually decked out for the occasion. I'm wearing my 70s style paisley party shirt. The first time I've ever worn this, but I thought the occasion was right. So let's roll on this rare trailer for That's the Way of the World from 1975.
You saw him in Mean Streets. Alice doesn't live here anymore.
You'll immediately recognize those great Earth, Wind, and Fire sounds as we start up the trailer here on the title tune. The film's soundtrack features most of their hits of the time. Here we have Harvey Keitel right after Mean Streets and Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, and just before Taxi Driver. He's playing a character named Coleman Buckmaster, the man with the golden ear, who is a recording studio technician wunderkind prized by the pop music labels. Though he puts his heart and soul into producing the first album of a group called The Group, played by the members of Earth, Wind, and Fire themselves, the execs and the higher-ups upend that project so that Buckmaster can produce for a crappy, treacly, squeaky-clean Carpenter-esque family act who, as we learn, are not so squeaky-clean at all. Directed by Superfly producer Sig Shore, the film is about corporations packaging pop music and how the suits often indulge in bad taste-making that blights the culture, at the expense of those like Keitel's character, who have taste and skill and discernment and a true love of music at the fundamental level. There's a clever ending to this film. It's not your typical piece of 70s nihilism. The film features a lot of real-life musical personalities, including Murray the K, the beloved DJ and record industry personality. I actually do a brief tribute to Murray the K in my own film Overwhelm the Sky. Miss America pageant host Burt Parks stars as the patriarch of the family group, and Jimmy Boyd plays his son. Boyd, of course, is known for singing I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Our director Sig Shore even appears in one scene to deliver a jaded but wise monologue to Keitel. This film isn't simply a vehicle for Earth, Wind, and Fire, who altogether disappear as actors for stretches of the movie. That's the Way of the World aspires to a grand statement about the music industry, and when it was dug up in 2006 for a DVD release, many new critics found that it still succeeds on that count, and that it's aged pretty well. I'm in that camp. United Artists was the original distributor, but this met a fate similar to that of The Spook Who Sat by the Door. UA pooled both, and in this movie's case, Bryanston Releasing came in to pick up the rights. It's not hard to imagine that some record execs took issue with what the movie was saying about them, but it's out there now, so hallelujah. That's the way of the world.